Introduction. Today we have a singer, songwriter, a rapper, a actress, television, TV host, whatnot, radio host, and shoot, she's like everything, man. She's a great mother, a great sibling, a great daughter, all the above. Okay, a businesswoman and everything. Let's see if we could welcome none other than the infamous Miss Lil Mo. Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, young
Hold on,
lady.
because
How
it
you
wouldn't let
doing?
me add it before. Hold on, because my lighting is off. I don't want to be on this joint looking crazy. I was trying to send a request. Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you.
All
Yep,
right,
you
let me
look
sit
you look
back.
beautiful. You look beautiful, and it's hard for you to look crazy before we get started. It's hard for you to look
Man,
crazy,
my
you
edges
know.
wasn't all the way laid, so I'll make sure this is right. I'm trying to get these words off there, girl. I was trying to get the words off my face.
Facts. Nah. You look beautiful. I've had the honor and privilege to obviously interact with you. You're a beautiful soul as well. And Mo,
Thank
before we start, I want to just say thank you for accepting the challenge and going live and letting the good people in here get some more vibes and insight and intellect on you. And thank you for just being you. We appreciate you, all of us.
Man, we go way back. You trying to make it like we don't even know each other in real life.
That's my dog. That's my dog. I love it. I
I
love it,
told you we
Mo.
was gonna make it happen, but I
Easy
had to get
come.
everything together, But like, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you, Queen. That's what's up. So, how's the family? First off, how's everybody doing?
These kids is crazy, but everybody's doing good. We ain't been out the house no good way in over a year, but it seems like that's what everybody's going through. But honestly, it was a much needed time that I needed to actually get in tune and in touch with myself and my children, my close family, and just reflect, reinvent myself, and just come back swinging.
Facts. Before we get straight to it, before I get some insight on you, I want to tell the good people and you, we got everything. You said you were in the house for a while. It seems like everything's opening back up though in a little bit, and
It is
we got a big fight coming up in May actually too, May 1st. Chris Ariola and Andy Ruiz. It'll be I
okay.
believe in May, so that should be
Okay.
some. Yeah. So okay, so Mo, let's get to it. Let's get people some good stuff. You were born in Long Island, New York. Is that correct?
Yeah. Originally
Okay.
from Long Island, New York.
So were you raised out there too?
We lived there until I was about 12 or maybe, well, junior high school. So my son just turned 12. So I was like 11 or 12. And my dad is ex-military. So as soon as he joined the military, we was out. Then we moved straight to Texas. From Texas, my dad, he was at Fort Hood, Texas. When we left there, we moved to Atlanta, Georgia, because my dad got stationed in Korea. After he got back from Korea, then he went to Honduras and all overseas. So every time he would get stationed somewhere, we would move. So I've been running around the world since before I was even a teenager. Then we
Right.
moved to Fayetteville, North Carolina. He was stationed at Fort Bragg out there. That's why a lot of people were like, yo, we know you from North Cac, because that's where I actually got my start. As I would say, that's where the birth of Little Mo was. I graduated high school from out there. I toured with my uncle John P. Key from out there. I would literally be in high school during the week. On Wednesdays, my dad would drive me from Fayetteville to Charlotte, which is a 3-hour drive there, a 3-hour drive back, so I could go to rehearse. On Fridays, he would take me back so we could tour on the weekend. And then he would pick me up on Sunday or Monday, depending on because my uncle doesn't fly. John P. Key does not fly. He has a personal bus driver that would take us everywhere we went. So if we
Really?
had to go, baby, we
Anyway,
was
I got you.
everywhere. But we
I
would
got
we
you.
would get there, rock the set, and then come back. Then I would go to high school, braid people hair during the week, running the bag up. I moved back to New York.
Wait,
Um,
Mo.
oh, go ahead. I was about to
Mo.
get a rundown.
Mo, you giving it to us real good. I got you. But I want to know, and the good people here want to know. So what was like a little Mo into, let's say from 12 and under or something? Like, what were you into? Was it always music or was it something different?
Yeah, it
You
was
know?
always music, and I used to think that I was gonna do hair because I used
Okay.
to just like my aunt. She was a choir director and she did hair, and my aunt that I wound up staying with when I moved back to New York, she did hair. So I actually moved back to New York and went to beauty school. So I was just like, well, I'm gonna just do hair, because one thing I could do is I could lay some edges. But it was just like God had a bigger plan. But I started singing in the choir when I was 3 years old. Led my
Okay.
first song at the age of 4. So between hair and music, like I knew I was gonna be big.
Yeah. Okay, that's what's up. So then, all right. So with that said, then Mo, let me ask, what was something like? Who can you give us? Who were some of your inspirations growing up? You know, was it music? Like whoever, anything too. It could be any field.
Yeah, well, mainly since I grew up in the church, it was always gospel. But I love the fact that my family wasn't so deep, safe, spooky, holy, and caught up that we didn't listen to R&B. So between the Clark sisters and I would say the Isley brothers, or Patti LaBelle, or Anita Baker, Keith Sweat. So we had like a collection and a balance in our house, and that's one thing that I always loved about growing up. So you would get your church, but you would get your secular too. So it
Yeah.
was always some singers being played around the house.
Already, all right. That's perfectly said right there, Mo. And now, since you gave us a little bit, but so what was high school? Can you give us a little bit more? How was high school for you? Like, what high school did you attend? Matter of fact,
E.
like,
Smith High School. So everybody that knows about Fayetteville, they know E. Smith is the Golden Bulls. That's the best high school in Vietnam. But yeah, that's where I would say Little Mo, the rebellious side, that's where that was born. Because I was
okay,
such a good little angel all grown up. But then it was just like, it was just one day I was just ready to turn up. And I
yeah,
started rapping in high school. So I used to rap and I used to battle a lot of the guys. I never battled none of the females. It was like I would be knocking them down like dominoes. It was
mm-hmm.
up, but then I realized people would really be getting serious off of what I was saying in my freestyle. We never wrote nothing down, but at the lunchtime we would go in. But like I said, I was traveling with my uncle
Yeah,
during the weekend. So there was one day he had auditions because he had the Charlotte Community Choir, but then he had New Life, and it was like Charlotte, that community choir, basically the area choir. If you want to go on New Life, that's when you get to go to tour. So I was like, I'm not trying to be funny. I was like, I don't just want to sing local. I want to go around the world. So I started rapping and I started dancing. They went up. But once he heard me sing, he was just like, yeah, you should sing, because basically saying that he knew I would last longer. My voice would reach more people and touch more people,
yeah.
still rap. But that singing voice, he was like, yeah, you a beast.
Man, that's dope. That's dope. Well said right there. Shout out to Fayetteville too. If I'm not mistaken, my brother from another, Mr. Apion Crockett. You know, I believe he's.
Yo, my dad, that's crazy. I know him since he used to dance with these twins named Johnny and John A. And they were called Twin Flex. They went to the Apollo and everything. My dad used to take their pictures. So I've known Apion forever.
That's tight, man. That's tight. That's good.
Small world, right?
That's our brother. That's our other so-called twin. There you go. See, because and all the, just so I'm gonna tell the good people out here, me and my brother, they think me and Brandon Watson are twins. Brandon Watson is 3 years older than me, and then Afion is our other brother, but he's not blood.
Y'all do all look alike though. That's crazy. That's why I would be like, well, everybody really do be thinking y'all the twins. They be like, the twins, I'm like, they brothers. They not twins, but hey.
Yeah, that's love though. That's love. All right, dope. So then after high school, Mo. Mm-hmm. Let's get to it. What did you do after high school? Did you go to college or did you start working? Like, how'd that go?
Nah, once I got out of high school, I moved straight back to New York. So literally after I graduated, like a week later, my mom and them let me move back to New York with my aunt. And my aunt, she lived in Queens, New York. And honestly, that's where I got to meet like a lot of people. I used to work at a hair salon. What's crazy is that ever since I released the new music, one of the ladies' daughters that I used to watch at the salon and practice and braid her hair, she hit me up. She was like, I always knew you was gonna be famous. It's so good to see your dreams come true. So I was in hair school and braided hair in New York. So I would braid hair, go to Jamaica Ave, go get me some 5411 Reeboks. And always when I got my money at the end of the week, I would go to Green Acres Mall. So I was just like, one day I just can't wait for my big break. I was still like 17, 18 years old. So I wasn't even really grown enough, but I just knew I was like, I always knew that they said, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. So it was always my dream to get back there. But once I graduated, high school, moved back, and I started going to Long Island Beauty School. And literally 1,000 hours in, because you had to do 1,500 hours before you could take your test. 1,000 hours in, that's when I got the call that said, Missy said call her. And ever since then, I was gone.
Man, that's a trip. That's beautiful.
Crazy,
that's
right?
a good trip. God is good. We know that. Every once in a while, Mo, I shout out the good people in here too. Shout out Brandon Watson. He in here. Brandon in here. B. White. Shout out Adorable Nurse. Shout out my Auntie Connie. And shout out briefly, my sister from another two. Her name is Camelia. She just got
Okay.
her notary license. So
Okay.
congratulations.
I know that's right.
Okay, so that's good. So then, all right. Can you talk to us then? What was your first paid like music gig? You know, like where you got paid and you're like, oh, okay, you know,
My uncle used to pay us when we went on tour. But
okay,
I was stacking money from braid hair. I would make literally like 1,500 a week. I used to braid hair every day. So at the age of 15, braiding hair, you thought I was lit. You couldn't tell me nothing. But my first actual paid gig that I got a check like like some bands. I went
yeah,
on tour with Guru Jazzmatazz when India Davenport couldn't do it. That was in 1995. So I had to get basically a permission slip to go on tour. I sang his Eyes on the Sparrow, and Guru, rest in peace to him, in his living room. My dad drove me from North Carolina to New York, and I sang, and then he was like, okay, now you got to go get your passport. Literally got hired on the spot. And
yeah.
that was my first gig, and I believe we did like all these countries and stuff, and I probably made about 30 racks. So I thought I was rich.
Wow, no, that
Not knowing I could have
listen,
made more, but hey, but it honestly gave me so I toured with my uncle, then toured with Guru. So I actually met him before I met Missy, but it was just like that was a whole different vibe. It was like the hip hop and jazz fusion they were doing. But like my name
yeah,
just started ringing bells around New York, and then like the rest honestly was history. It happened so fast, but I was so ready. Like I just
yeah.
knew just to always be ready so I ain't have to get ready.
That's right. That's right. There you go. Good old classic terms, man. That's dope. Shout
Yep.
out Dimples 32 Nicole in here. That's perfectly put. So Mo, you said Missy, and you gave us a little bit. Can you give us the real deal? How it happened with Missy? You end up connecting with Missy and
Yeah.
everything. So what happened?
It was that was right before I think she was doing the Real World album. So she had already had Super Duper Fly and all that out. And I was a real big fan. I was like, oh my God, I really wanted to meet her. And I kept on submitting songs. She had the Gold Mine label at that time. So she had Nicole Ray, Mocha, TC. It was a couple of other artists, but I knew that they used to have this thing called a Who's Looking list. And so when I saw the list, I definitely want to write and reference some songs with producers and production companies I was working with. So she got hold of the songs. Usually the label will listen to it and they'll know what she liked. So I
Yeah.
guess they sent my stuff over, and I literally had just finished getting my nails done at Green Acres Mall, and it was a payphone. I had a beeper, and when the 212 number popped up, I knew that was the label. I knew that was Electra because it wasn't too many 212s that had my beeper number. So when I
That's New
called it
York.
back,
New York, right? That's New York.
yeah,
212.
212, that's the city. Everybody know, and that means it's a check. So I called it back, and Merlin Bob, who was the senior VP at A&R, he was like, hey, Missy wants you to call her. So me, I'm in the middle of the mall just getting my nails. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, please don't play with me like this. He was like, no, take down her number. I didn't have nothing else to put the number in. So I was like, hold on. I found a receipt and something to write with, and I wrote it down, and I called her from the payphone that day. And literally, the rest is history. They sent the car service, and I started recording as soon as she met me. I believe I think I sang either His Eyes on the Sparrow or a Whitney Houston song, or Saving All My Love for You, because that used to
Oh
be
yeah,
my audition song. I
yeah.
sang that, and after that, she was like, "You want to go on the road? You
Uh-huh.
want to work?" And it was just a blessing, because you don't get people don't throw oops no more. People don't support. People don't reach back. But she reached back and pulled me out these streets and pretty much put me in position, because then after that the doors flung open.
That's
Flung.
dope, man. Shout out, hey, major shout out to Missy Elliott, then, the great, the legendary, and
Mm-hmm.
of course that's dope, man. That she actually opened the door a little bit, like you
Yeah,
said, a lot of people sometimes they just want to hold the rock and they don't want to pass the ball. So you gotta
that's
pass the
how it
ball.
be.
So that's right. I know you share the ball. So check. All right. After that, then you like you said, the doors open. You work with a lot of people. You work with the legendary too. Rest in peace, ODB, Old Dirty Bastard.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
how was it working with him?
You wanna know what's crazy is that was the ultimate never judge a book by its cover, because
Mhm.
I learned that just because people act one way in the media, or people say, well, da 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 da, this person, da da da, you really have to find out and get to know and rock with a person yourself. When I met
Gotcha.
him at first, I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna be scared, because I was like, I was a Wu-Tang fan, And I was thinking that he was gonna come in there with swords and acting all wild because you know his persona. Remember, he jumped on the stage at the awards, and I thought he was gonna be coming in and just being a type of way. But when I got in there, I was so hyped. I was there all early, and he was like, when he came in, I remember he was just like, he just bowed, and I'm like, the hell? I know, you know, what was going on. He was like, yo, your voice. And he played the original Good Morning Heartache. And he said, so what I want you to do is, he said, I'm going to go in there and do my part. And I just want you to do some melody over whatever you feel. And literally, when I went into the booth, it was like, good morning, heartache. You know? And I started singing. He just was acting like I was the best singer in the world. Like I wanted to cry. He was dancing around the studio and doing all like this. And he, just the way that he made the room feel, man, ODB, he the one. His energy was everything. Like he made me feel like a superstar for real. And I ain't even had no album out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's dope, man. That's a great story. Thank you, Mo. And I've seen, you know, I watch all the TV. I'm not too cool. A lot of people be like, I don't watch TV. That's cool for them, but I watch all of it. And I know. And I saw his son is on one of those reality shows, Growing Up Hip Hop. And when I see him, you know, I'm like, I never met ODB, but I see him, I'm like, dang, the brother got a lot going on, but he seemed like a solid brother because he seemed like a apple from the, don't fall too far from the tree, basically. You know?
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's tight. All right, Mo, let's move it. So then after that, you know, you start going crazy, like you said, and then
it was up.
You featured on Ja Rule's hit "Put It On Me."
Yeah.
Which "Put It On Me," which is and this is just me talking too, Mo. You made the song. You understand? Like I'm a DMX guy, so respect to Ja Rule too. I met him after some years. Respect to all them cats, but yeah, you made the song and you gave us, Mo. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna show my age too. I was in high school at that time, so you gave all of my high school era a hit. You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
So how did that come about? How did you end up getting, you know, working with Ja Rule and all that?
I had met all of Murder Inc. Ja. It was Ja, Ty, Dave Bing, Irv, his brother, all of them. I had actually met them by doing the song with Dave Bing, which was for the Romeo Must Die soundtrack. That was the movie with the late Aaliyah and Jet Li. So Irv called me. Matter of fact, we were shooting Dave Bing's video, Somebody Gonna Die Tonight, in Southside Jamaica, Queens. And he was like, hey, I want you to listen to something on the bus. And he was like, it's already a girl on here, but I just think that you could just bring it to life. So he played I Cried, and I did that first, and that made the album. So the album came out, and they had thought that it may have ran its course. You know, back then they would let you do one song, and they would think like, if once that's over, if you didn't have nothing else, then, you know, they would shelf you. So for the most part, they was like, we want to keep this ball rolling. And Irv, I forgot where I was, but I know I made my way back to New York. And matter of fact, I was in Baltimore. I made my way back to New York, and he was like, we want to do like a part 2 to this. What could you do to it? I was like, all right, everybody get out the room. Me and Dura was in there, and I literally started from the top of the song, where would I be without you, baby? And sang my whole way down. I freestyled the whole thing. Didn't write nothing down, and just added stacks and harmonies, and we took it from there. I counted off what he did. I counted off what Vita did, and I freestyled the end, the where would I be if it, that part right there, and it literally became an anthem. But I always felt that my purest form of work and artistry comes from when I get the freestyle. So everything from there, and that's something Missy taught me. She used to put us to the test. She was like, don't write nothing down. Sing from the heart. So even when we did Hot Boys, freestyle. When we did everything we did, we freestyle. Only time we would write stuff down is when we had to write it down so that we could make the words sure the words was right. So we handed in the paperwork to the label, because they used to have to type everything up, and people would have the lyrics in the album, or you can like pull it up on the internet. That's the only time something was written down, or the label would type it up, and you just have to, you know, say, no, I ain't say that then. Oh, we thought you said that. No, I ain't say that. And we have to like correct it. But other than that, nothing in my career has been written down on a piece of paper.
Wow, see, this is great. Now, that's right. Salute to you. Shout out the good people in here. One time, shout out to King of the Hills. Shout out my beautiful cousin at edub523. I see you in here. But this is great. That
Hey,
story right there.
everybody.
Yeah, we love that, man, because you are really like, and I'm not even blowing smoke up here. You know what? The thing is, you're really like legendary to me, and
Thank you.
and a few people that not a few people, a whole lot of people that know what time it is with you. You know,
Thank you.
like you're real talent. You're real talent. You know, so
Thank you.
yes, that is amazing, man. And by the way, I cry. That takes me back to my days too. That's when I used to have like beat in the car, subwoofers, you know, and I used
Oh
to just.
my God. And no room in the trunk. Those were the days. Those were the
Yeah.
days. That's why a lot of people want that feeling again. So that's why even with my new project, I was like, I didn't want to try to compete with today's generation because that's a lane that you just can't get in. They got their sound, they got what they want to do, and they got who they like. So I was just like, you know what? The way that I balance it out is bring that classic vibe with the new technology, and it
Right.
works out perfect. So I
That's
know,
good.
you know,
It's beautiful. We're gonna get to that one in a minute
yep.
for sure. We're gonna listen to that again too, because that song right there is beautiful.
Thank you.
So all right, Mo. After that, you know, you got the success. You're on Ja Rule's joint. You're on Missy's joint. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing some features or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and then you drop your first single.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, not your first single. Your first hit single, because you dropped "Ta-Da" first. Am I correct there?
Yeah, and that sold 500,000 copies, but you know, we didn't have streams back then.
Yeah,
So we was running numbers up.
yeah,
And a lot of people didn't know Tada was written and produced by Montel Jordan and Shay Jones, who used to sing. That's why when people are like, oh, that sounds familiar, there was just specific sounds. So you knew when you went to certain camps what sounds you wanted. So we did Tada. We did a couple of songs before we did Superwoman Part 2, but
that's what.
Tada was out and we ran
Ta-da.
it up. But
Wait,
because
half a
back,
million.
like if you ain't go platinum, they used to kind of say, well, it was cute to go gold. Now if you go gold or you do 500,000 streams, we busting down our wrists.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say, Queen. You just said that so nonchalant. That's so half a million. Half a million is 500,000 copies, people.
Units.
500,000 people. You know,
Not
like so.
we didn't have streams. We didn't have only thing we had back then that used to was bootleggers and Napster. And if the bootleggers got your product before it hit the stores, they'd be like, "Oh, you're doomed." So I'm probably triple platinum in these streets off half the songs alone. But you know,
Facts.
we running it up.
That's facts. That's well said. That's perfect. So then, yeah, you drop. So now you drop your first, like, I guess this one had to go platinum or something like that, because this one is like this one everybody we know about the whole world knows about Ta-Da too, but
Yeah.
Superwoman Part 2, you end up dropping that. You know, what was the
Yeah,
feeling when you?
that's the one that wound up crossing over. Tada stayed like Urban AC, which is considered R&B. But once we dropped Superwoman, because when Clue had played it on his show, which was the Monday Night Mixtape, when it was on Hot 97, it crossed over to a whole different market. So we wound up going top 10 with that record. So that was a whole different bag. And that was a whole different, like, that song,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
put us on
so
the
no,
mid-app.
that's my question to you, Mo. Like, how did you feel when Superwoman Part 2 comes on? Like, cause that was everywhere. That was like 50
Yeah.
Cent up in the club. You feel me? Like, you
Yeah.
know, that was everywhere. So how did you feel? Like, how did that feel for you?
It felt great because like being on everybody else stuff, you know, a lot of pressure is usually on you. I wouldn't say usually it is on you when you drop your own stuff, because a lot of people like you can make it with everybody else, but what can you do by
Right.
yourself? And I had a big point to prove, and I'm glad that I had that opportunity, and I went with my mind to say like, this the one right here, let's go. And Clue we jumped out the jet, because at first the label wasn't gonna push it because we were told, and it was by another third party, was like, oh, the song is too cocky. You don't want to scare away the consumers because you wear braids, you got tattoos. You know, people gonna think you're a rapper. It's gonna confuse the world. I said, thank you. And that right there was further to let me know that it was gonna be a hit. Then it was like, oh, who you want to get on it? Because you done songs with these people and you don't want to burn yourself out. You don't want to be oversaturated in the industry. Thank you. Clue, I want Fabulous on it. The boy that spelled his name on all your mixtapes. Spiz, yep, get him on it. Go in the same studio I recorded, put it on me in. I left out the room, let him do his thing, and it's been up ever since. Yep. He
Yeah.
in the video he had the paper towel on his head, like we was rocking.
Yeah, nah. So look, with that said too, you know, we didn't know about Fathers before you. To be honest, like the whole real. I feel like I'm speaking for the real. We didn't
Unless
know
you
about
was like a
Fathers.
New York mixtape connoisseur, a lot of
Okay,
people on the mixtape scene, like that's how I heard of him. I was a mixtape head. Like I
okay,
love hip hop. So
okay.
everybody know when Illuminati, when
Yeah.
that came up, he would always have FABO. He would always have him on stuff. And I was like, yeah, I always want to work with him. And then our chemistry has been undeniable.
Right.
Mhm.
So, and then you put right. But I know he would have been okay without you. I'm that kind of guy. He would have been okay without you. But like I
Uh,
say, you put the icing on the cake with him. When you work with him, though, can you give
mhm.
us like the good people in here? Did you know that he was going to become one of the? Because he's one of my favorite rappers, like lyricists and all
Yeah.
that. So, did you
If
know that he was like going to become one of the best like rappers
back
to
to
do it?
the if you listen back to his mixtape stuff, he
Uh
been
huh.
spitting bars. Like he's one of the best lyricists, hands
Right.
down. Like top five. Like
Right.
I'm not gonna even cap, and I'm not even just saying that just to be saying it. But lyrically, if you
Right.
even listen to his mixtapes now, his soul tapes and stuff, he be going in. And
Yeah.
he got the drip, the swag, the
Yeah.
lyrics, the look, everything falls into place because there's a lot of people that can write rhymes. There's a lot of people who could spit, but I think it goes over people's head because they have to be a total package. I always felt maybe because he's a Scorpio and I'm one too. Like I just
Me
always felt
too.
that he was the TP, he was the total package. And
Yeah.
you know, we just been brother and sister. It's going on 21 years.
So, all right, that's what my other question was right there. Are y'all still cool? Like,
Yes, still cool. I be texting him every week. Shoot.
okay, that's dope. That's dope. And
Hmm.
shout out to the Scorpios because Mo, I am too. Okay, so I'm a
You know
Scorpio
the
as well.
vibes.
That's dope. So Mo, okay, then can I ask you and can you give us the good people in here
Hmm.
three of the coolest places to you that you performed? Like three in the States, only in the USA.
Um,
Cities, you know, whatever you want.
New York when I performed at the Garden for the Power premiere.
Okay.
Um, Shoot, everywhere I go be up because I just love performing. I loved
Yeah.
when I got to perform when we used to do BET Spring Bling. That
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
be so many good times because you waited all year to get that call, and then when you got the call and MTV, their Spring Jam, oh my God, it would be so crazy, so lit and up, like it's unexplainable. As an
And
artist,
that's
you
my.
wait for those calls. So
Was that in Florida? That was in Florida.
they used to be in Florida. Yep.
Florida, yeah.
So
So I got you. So it sounds like New York, Florida. Give me one more, Mo.
and Cali, because
Cali. Yeah.
those are like the major. But honestly, the shows in between, the ones that don't be having 100,000 and a million people, the most intimate ones, them low key settings, them joints
Yeah.
that you just pop out and just give your all, and people be like, wait a minute, I did
Yeah.
not know, I did
Yeah.
not know. Sometimes me when I used to be singing at church, and I would just start. They'll be like, "Well, now we know she don't have to come up here if she don't want to. Then go up there, or they'll do a pass the mic thing, and then you just gotta go in because they got all the heavy hitters up there singing, and they pass the mic to you. And you, they used to put me toe to toe with some of the best singers. That now we gonna call them. I'm like, oh my God. But honestly, that groomed and made me the artist that I am today. That's why I think I keep on going so hard because I come from humble beginnings, but they used to have us around vocal beasts. You hear me? Like
Yeah,
people
I
that
do.
sing me under a bus. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've been around some vocal acrobatic monsters all my life. So it's like I had no choice but to be one of the goats. Like I had no choice. It
I
wasn't
got you.
acceptable to be regular. It wasn't like I never compromised my gift. Even when I lay
Mhm.
back, even like listen to Broken Heart, I wasn't doing all the ad libs and stuff like that, like I did on Put It On Me and Hot Boys and stuff like that. But that tone, that voice, that vibrato, undeniable. I've been working all my life to get to this
Right.
point.
Man, that's tight. That's tight,
Mhm.
Mo. So we'll go with can you give us three? When we'll move from there, but can you give us three overseas, the coolest places that you perform?
Oh my God. Of course the UK, because I'm always over there. Honestly, I was supposed to be there last year, but
Mhm.
the panic,
Everything.
slowed everything down. Um,
Yeah.
I've been everywhere. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, the UK, their love is crazy. Jamaica, oh my God, they be acting like they be. Oh my God, I'll be thinking that
Yeah, let's go,
I be
Jamaica.
thinking I sold 100 million albums over there because the love. I don't know. It's just honestly everywhere overseas because the
Okay.
appreciation is way different. Because I
Okay.
performed in Germany for the USO, and even though there would be a lot of American soldiers over there, there would still be people over there. You know what I love? I went to Japan and I
Oh
did
wow.
Billboard Spotlight live over there, and even though they may not speak the language, the universal language of music. So as soon as I start singing with a live band, the appreciation and arigato. Like when I say it was like I was the king of Zamunda out that joint because their love and appreciation. I literally cried every night for the simple fact that I did not know that people would know my songs. Unless you get out there, you'll never know who loves and appreciates you. So
Yeah.
Japan would be one of my top places because it
Okay.
was crazy.
That's dope. Well said, Mo. And once again, we're not no shade to any other city or any other
Yeah,
place.
no,
Yeah, we love
yeah,
it
no
all.
shade. It's
Hey,
just
and Japan actually was ahead of the curve. They had masks on. Did they have masks on and stuff like that out
yes,
there?
and that was at least 8 or 9 years ago.
Right.
But they
Right.
like they're different vibe. Everybody's in suits. Everybody's like I went to Harajuku. I was so hyped. Everybody
Uh-huh.
I went there just to get some lashes and that looked like their vibe. One thing I love about them is their uniformity and the way they just move. It's always it's like a upscale New York. Their
That's,
Disney World or Disneyland that's out there is crazy. The housing, everything is just lit. When you get off the elevator, they saluting you. I'm like, wait a minute. It just felt so good. I'm ready to go back. Oh, I can't wait till they open the world back up.
that's amazing. I love it, Mo. That's perfectly put. Me neither. We all of us feel the same way. And we can't wait. We can't wait till it open back up so we can just see you perform. You feel me?
Yay!
So hey, look, Mo. But with that said, you performed at quite a few award shows, but also you've attended the award shows. Can you give us like what's one of your favorite award shows that you've attended?
Whew. I'm gonna just be honest. One thing about award shows and me, because they're to me
Yeah,
they're like high school assemblies, because you
right,
there for hours and I can't sit still.
right.
So I used to go to the Source Awards, the BET Awards. I went to the Grammy Awards, and I remember I couldn't get in. I don't know what I was doing. I've been to every award show. So honestly, just because I can't sit still, I just be wanting to see who I want to see, and then I be ready to go get something to eat.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. Trust me, I feel you.
I cannot sit still. I be like, wait, who on the like how I used to do, who on the program? Well, what time they say? Because I just want to see that part and we out.
Hello, hello, and you can't get up. You gotta wait. You gotta
Yeah, and
yeah.
they be
It's
like, wait, because the camera view, and be like, man, I got to use the bathroom. You can't move. But honestly, just everywhere that I've been invited to, or places that I've been like been able to touch and
uh-huh.
see and experience, it has all been great because a lot of people won't get to make it there or see it there. So I literally spoke my everything I've done into existence. I was like, I'm gonna be there, and I made it there. So honestly, I'm speaking. If I've been doing this for 21 years, I'm speaking the next 21. I've started
Right.
already saying what I wanted, and literally, if
Yeah.
wait till y'all see everything that we are touching, everything that's been coming through. Like I'm so hyped. I honestly be like, is this a dream?
Facts. No, no, it's not a dream. We live in a reality, and the reality is that you're that dope. So you're
Thank you.
doggone right that we're gonna get to everywhere you need to be, and beyond. And you've
Period.
already and you touched it though. That's why I said once again. That's why I said that in the beginning. We just here to honor and praise you, really, because we really
Thank you.
appreciate you, everybody in here. So
Thank you.
that's dope. So can you give us three of the dopest tours you've been a part of, and no shade to anybody else, but three of the
Yeah.
dopest tours you've been a part of?
Three of the dopest tours. The Miss when I was on tour with Missy Elliott, of
Missy
course, because
Elliott.
that was the first. Like that experience was amazing.
Wow.
I did Rock the Mic tour with Jay-Z and 50. That was crazy. I was the only R&B singer on it, and it was up. And
Yeah.
honestly, the Femme It Forward tour, Heather Lowry and Live Nation, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that was crazy. Like that experience alone, I can't wait.
That's
because
time. That's,
we were literally on tour shooting magazine covers, and the world shut down in the middle of our, like when our shoot was wrapped, we were in LA,
mm-hmm.
and I had to make my way back to the East Coast. I was like, because if they really shut the world down, I do not want to be stuck out here away from my kids. Because there have been times I've been flown places. I was on the road when Hurricane Katrina happened, and
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing good when you know that disaster is going to strike, or you just immediately your anxiety builds up, like, oh my God, how am I going to get home? And so I know certain, like, this pandemic is devastating. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly trying to be the therapeutic voice, because I know where I was right before it, and
Yeah.
I know what I've been through while we was going through this pandemic. But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, everything, even though it seemed like it was going bad, God always pushed me through every storm. So I ain't
Yeah, that's
even
right.
mad.
That's right. God got us. That's well said. I love it, Mo. Shout out once again. Shout out my boy, King of the Hills, and shout out my uncle
I see
Bobby's
my girl
grandma.
DJ Chevy Red is on here. What up, sis? Oh,
Thank you.
Woo is on here. My manager's on here. We
Oh,
out here. It's
hey.
up.
Let me say a major shout out to Woo, man. Appreciate you, Woo. You solid. You keep handling that business. You want to invest in the business. You keep doing what you're doing. We're proud of you too, Woo. Thank you, Woo.
Thank you.
So yeah, shout out to Skull Praise too. She's in here. She's a spiritual person, very spiritual. But here we go. All right, we're gonna go with so now you co-hosted shows, a lot of TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
and you've also appeared on a variety of TV shows and everything. Can you let us, the good people in here, know a few of the favorite shows that you worked on though?
R&B Divas LA. That was a great
Uh,
experience. I like that experience because it showed a more personal side to, other than the artist. A lot of people
mhm.
may not have known what a lot of people were dealing with. So to bring certain things up and out, we use reality TV to push that. I would say, shoot, I've done other TV shows, but let me see, what's another good one? I ain't even mad at, like, let me see, what's some other good shows I did.
Did a few good ones, and like I said, you hosted, and all that stuff. So,
Yeah, cause
um,
but you know what? It's like I've forgotten so much of the old me. I've kept the good memories, because even though there were a lot of things that may have looked fun or good to everybody else, it used to be so many hard things and battles that I was facing and fighting, and I'm like, you know what? I've leveled up so much. I'm literally during this pandemic, I've turned down shows, and while everybody chasing the bag, I'm just like, me and my team, Wu sat down, was just like, all money ain't good money. So there were
yeah,
shows that I was a part of that may have been like, oh, that was a good look, and it probably paid good money. But then at the end, I realized I sacrificed a lot of myself, and it's just like, it's just certain things I'm not willing to give up anymore, unless it's like for the benefit and for the therapy and for
yeah,
my healing. Because I'm still lit, trust and believe. But there's a
nah,
different side of me. So honestly, with these new shows that's coming, that's 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 when I think everybody's gonna get the best of me, because I look back at some of the stuff and I was like, oh, I thought I was so lit and so hype and so dope. Because I used to host like 106 and Park and stuff all the time. They would have us fill in. We were hosting so many shows that,
right.
I honestly lost count of a lot of things that I was a part of or would fill in and do. There were fun times, but now it's just like, I can't wait to this glow. I can't wait till
Uh-huh.
everybody get to see this Mo.
Yeah, I got you, Queen. That's right. That's right. Well said. We love it, and we
Thank you.
loved it. We love it all. Just know that everybody in here, I feel I'm speaking for the people, man. I feel like we all love what you're doing, no matter what. Because we love you. So
Thank
it
you.
don't matter what
Thanks,
it is.
y'all.
That's dope. All right, cool. You're a mother. You're a mother of five.
Hmm.
Beautiful children.
Thank you.
Um, I want to know, and the good people in here want to know. Is it hard juggling? Well, like managing motherhood and your career,
It's not really hard because I have a great, strong family foundation and structure. My mom and dad, they help me out a lot. My sister, like, our family is real close. Like
Gotcha.
how y'all family is, how you be like, oh, here go my dad, this my aunt. Like, y'all close. That's how my family is. Usually if you see me, you'll see my dad and my mom. They on vacation now. They talking about spring break, we out of here. I was like, okay, live your best life, pastor.
Gotcha.
But my family is so close, and that's the way I was raised under the family structure. So it's hard because being a mom and 5 kids, there's 5 different personalities, and each of them a piece of me. So the part of them that gets on my nerves is honestly the part of myself that gets on my nerves. And I have 2 girls and 3 boys. Ugh. My girls, they
Right.
good. They 18 and 16, so they pretty much got themselves together. Straight A honor students, very great. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I say my daughters are the best version of me, and I love it so much that I know that they'll go through life and they'll think about things more than I did. See, I was running around just not listening to nobody, but I love the balance that they have because I'm not so much of a strict mother, but I let them live their life. But it's with, you know, they know how far to go, and I love that about them. They tell me everything, and we have that close bond. And honestly, the pandemic brought us closer because me running around, I really didn't get to see, and I missed a lot of stuff. But now I get to be really hands-on. So I get to see my daughter go to college and graduate high school. I get to see my 16-year-old daughter get her permit. And as she's driving me around and I'm having little mini anxiety attacks because she's slamming on brakes and don't know how to turn left without lifting off the gas a little bit. I see my 12-year-old son wanting to be a part of the music industry. And he's, you know, learning and being around it, and I'm showing him the ropes and letting him know it's going to be a tough road for you because nobody's going to just give you anything. I see my 8-year-old, he's finding his way being the middle child, and I see my 5-year-old reading on a 6th grade level at the age of 4. Now he's 5 and in kindergarten, and he emails his teacher. So it's just like, God, thank you for these children. Thank you that they know. They was asking me the other day, Mom, when you going back out because you be here too much? I'm like, wait, what?
Right. Now that's what. Yeah. Now that's amazing. Like my homegirl Skull Praise. My homegirl Skull Praise. I told you, you know, she's real spiritual. She just said, "Look at God working," you know, and that's what it is. You know? So thank you. That's great. Shout out to my cousin. Speaking of family, shout out my cousin Valencia. She's in here. I see you. All right. So that's good stuff, Mo. Now I need to know, and the people here need to know, if you could work with 3 artists before your time, you know, they could be passed, they could be, you know, they could have passed away and be in heaven by now, or they could still be alive. Give us 3 that you would want to collab with.
I'm about to say, I've worked with almost everybody that I've wanted to from the past, but the only people that I haven't,
you haven't worked with.
Yeah, I was Michael Jackson. Oh my God, I probably would be scared the whole time. Michael Jackson, I would have loved to have worked with Prince.
Prince, right?
I would love to work with Prince. And honestly, Gladys Knight.
Gladys.
I've never worked with Gladys Knight.
Gladys.
I would love to see, because her rich alto tone. Oh my God. Oh Gladys. My God.
Gladys. She don't stutter. Let me see. Monty Connie says she don't stutter on no topic. She's the best.
Because I know what I know what I want. And
that's
I know
right,
what I'm gonna get. And now I know now one of the best things I figured out in life is once you know what you deserve, there's things that you want, there's things that you need. But once you know what you deserve, you just have a different fire inside. I'm going after my respect and all. I don't want, you know, people like, oh, what the devil stole. The devil could keep anything they stole. I don't want that. I want new things. So give me my things. You know what I'm saying? God have certain blessings lined up for me, and I'm ready to go get them because now I'm receptive. I get it.
That's right. That's right, Queen. Shout out. That's right, Gladys. Man, respect. Great answer. All right. So then, can you give us 3 artists that you haven't worked with that are currently active, though, that you would want to work with in case they're watching too? Yeah.
Okay. Black.
You know you like Black?
Yeah. Right. Black. Roddy Ricch.
Roddy Ricch.
And Lil Durk.
And Lil Durk. Look at you.
That's the 3 men. Now the 3 girls.
All right. Yeah. 3 girls. That's good.
Summer Walker.
Summer Walker.
Her. And Janae Aiko.
And Janae. Shout out to Janae.
I be texting Janae all the time. I be like, sir, and she always loves everything I said. That's why I'm like, I just love this generation, the way that they be slew. I be like, man, my kids love you. They be like, shoot, I love you. I be like, thanks.
And that's killer. That's killer, man. Shout out to Janae Aiko. You know, shout out to her whole family. You know, that's they family too. They grew up right, like no more than 3 minutes away from where I grew up. You know, and that's family. They really from that situation, and we love them. So that's dope. Janae Aiko, get with Lil Mo, man. You know.
Yep.
All right. So we go with now. Can you give us 3 producers?
3 producers. Let me see who's lit. Like, I've worked with everybody.
Right. But not that you haven't. Because my homies, I don't know if you know about them, but Lawrence Dobson for 1500 or nothing. You know, they just did the Nipsey and Jay-Z joint off.
Oh no, I haven't worked with them. Oh,
okay.
You know what? I would love to work with. I'm trying to think. Mike Will made it. I just always wanted that in the intro of a song. Let me see who's another producer. What's he? I can't think of no producer's name because you know every London on the track.
London on the track. That's all I'm saying.
London on the track. And
I just seen a McDonald's commercial and they had the dude Take Heat. You know, Take Heat.
Take Heat. What these niggas don't want to talk. Yes, he dope too.
All right, that's tight. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. But also, Mo, you know what I'm gonna try to do? I wanna put you with Lawrence and them, man. 1500. Them dudes, I'm telling you, they're really so dope. Like they're super dope. They got
tell them to send a pack.
Yeah.
Like send a pack over to Woo. We make that joint happen. One thing he always saying, we say every day, this pen gonna drip and this voice ain't gonna slip. Period.
That's right. There you go. I like that. Like we love that. We love that. Mm-hmm. All right. So Mo, let's go with that's all. We almost pretty much done here. But you recently dropped the fire hit Broken Heart. Okay, can you talk to us a little bit about Broken Heart? Like how they come about, you know? What's the deal with Broken Heart?
Broken Heart is a record that honestly I think that everyone can relate to. I know immediately when everybody sings it or sees the title, they're gonna think, oh my God, is this an R&B sad record that, you know, you crying and you sliding down the wall? No. This is a very therapeutic record. Honestly, I listen to it daily because it helped me get through one of the toughest times in my life. There were some dark times in life, and honestly, I would say I'm such a strong woman. Sometimes you don't realize how strong you are until you have to be weak in a moment and you're looking for strength and you have no one to turn to. So you literally get to the point where you can only focus on yourself and you have to ask God, okay, where did I mess up at? Because everything that can go wrong is going wrong and I don't know what I did wrong. I saw something that Vanessa Bryant posted, and rest in peace to her husband and her daughter. But I felt that when she said, I still haven't forgiven God for what happened. I felt that, and it resonated with me because I've seen some things that happen, from domestic violence to things that happened to me in my life. And I'm like, why did this happen to me? I don't just go around beating on people, hitting on people, starting trouble, turning up, being lit, being rude, being weird. Why did that happen to me? And a lot of people say, well, God gives the strongest battles to the toughest soldiers. I'm just like, yeah, well, I thought he said he ain't gonna put more in you than you can bear. And I'm getting to the point where I can't take it no more. But then there comes a part where you have to figure out I didn't realize how much of myself I was losing by giving it to everyone else, showing up to everybody else stuff, and nobody show up. They don't send their vocals for me. Showing love to everybody else and it's not being reciprocated. So it started having its toll on me and honestly hurt people. So I would say and start doing things and lashing out and just being aggressive for no reason because I was going through things. One of the biggest battles I've ever fought is the one within myself. So I had to get to a point where I wanted to heal. I didn't want to keep on passing judgment and pointing fingers. I had to look in that mirror and say, you know what? You want to heal? Love yourself. Love yourself more than you love, and you're loyal to everyone else. So Broken Heart comes from a place, not of brokenness, but a place of healing. And it starts with the heart because I think and I spoke things into existence as a child, but I always put my heart into it. And that's how it got broken, by giving more than what a fool. But then I got to the point, it's just like, no, now it's time because I know what I deserve and I'm going after that. So we fixing this broken heart. Not saying even if you break something, it'll never be the same. But that don't mean it don't still work. Period.
That's right. Period. There you go, Queen. I love it, man. And like you said, man, it's when one door closes, another one open up, and that's just the reality of it all. And you strong. You very strong, Queen. We love it. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's dope.
But I'm trying to find my charger because my phone battery now all of a sudden it's been charged all day. As soon as I get to talk about Broken Heart, now all of a sudden the damn thing want to start dying on me. The devil is alive.
We almost done. And so look, with that said, Mo, while you find the charge,
I
I'm
got
gonna
it.
play.
We plugged
I'm gonna
up.
play. I want to play a little bit for the good people though.
Okay, let me just say we are the faculty music group. That's the label, and we approve this message because I don't want Instagram to try to mute it. Because as soon as you start playing music, there Instagram will cut you off. So since
Thank you.
the faculty music group owns the rights to this song, we approve this, and you are allowed to play "Broken Heart" on all streaming platforms. It's available now. Run it up. Let's go.
Thank you, Queen. Let's get it. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's that joint right here.
Yeah. I see you, Stacy.
Ready, you gotta fix a broken heart. You could put you together when you're torn apart. Clean it out there, can't switch my card. If it's all I can push restart. Ready, you gotta fix a broken heart. Look at me, I got shattered dreams. Trying to pick up the pieces that belong to me. Where do you go to fix a broken heart? See my heart not broke, I ain't know how to act. Had questions for God, could you do me like that? What did I do wrong? It's gonna pay me back. I deserve a broken heart. Are you sure about that? This pain is something different, so savage, it's so vicious. I can't explain this. What is this? I only know one way I can fix this. I my heart, you can the pain away. Alright, you can make me feel okay. Rain, go away, come back another day. Why can't I shine? Why you throwing shade? Happiness just seems so far away. Why don't you bring it back down to a sunny day? Ready, you gotta fix a broken heart. You could put you together when you're torn apart. Clean it out there, can't switch my card. It's so I can push restart. Ready, you gotta fix a broken heart. Look at me, I got shattered dreams. Over now. Trying to pick up the pieces that belong to me. Where do you go to fix a broken heart? Look at me, I got shattered dreams. Trying to pick up the pieces that belong to me. Where do you go to fix a broken heart?
Hey, pull it.
Hey Mo, fire.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, they love it. We love it. And the thing is,
Thank you.
if y'all want more, make sure y'all just go wherever y'all can to find Broken Heart. Please go
All
buy it.
streaming platforms. It's everywhere. Everywhere.
Go get Broken Heart. Stop playing with yourself, and play with the game and make sure you get the right stuff,
Yes, sir.
So that's dope. So Mo, I'm gonna give you one of my favorite songs of all time too in a second. But before I do that, I got to do a segment called Like This and Like That, So for instance, I'm about to go with Tina Marie or Mariah Carey.
What, like in the verses?
I mean, look, all right, check it out. So you pick one of them that you like, you pick who you really not like because you
Like
like
if they
both
had
of
a
them.
concert and I had a free ticket to pick, who concert? Okay.
Who you going? But hey, look, and you can say both too. You can say both too in this one,
Yeah, I would want to check out both because that's two different voices. Like Mariah's gonna give you all the high notes, but Tina Marie gonna give you that funk, that soul. So I might go to see Mariah first and then end off the night with Tina.
I got you. Okay, cool. And then now, boxing or MMA?
Honestly, boxing is lit, but that MMA just been taking over. Like I didn't realize it was that heavy, but
Oh yeah.
MMA.
All right. You said MMA. Nah, come on, man. Forget all that. What about me? Nah, but all right.
No, boxing, cause cause you got me, you got me.
Hey, cause you gotta. Yeah, that's what's up. All right. Marvin Gaye or Teddy P?
Oh God, who? Oh my God, I would have to go
Right?
see both. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
There you go. That's good. That's good. All
Yeah,
right.
they would have to, but I don't know who would open up the show, but they would have to be on the same bill because I don't want to leave and then be done missed it. But Marvin, he gonna get. Oh my God, they both were so lit. Oh, I can't. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't even pick.
Tight, tight. All right. Let's go with TLC or Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
All right. All right. All right. Friday or How High?
Friday.
All right. There you go. Chicken or fish?
Now fish. But I ain't gonna even lie, I was frying some crunchy chicken earlier because that's what my daughter wanted. But I love me
Yeah.
some fried fish and I love me some baked fish. But honestly, just because I'm watching everything that I intake, a lot of people don't know that too. Honestly, you gotta watch what you eat because that honestly has a lot to do with healthiness of your attitude, not just as for intake for wellness reasons, but that attitude a lot of times because of what people be ingesting, they food, but fish.
I got you. Shout out my
Even though
shout
I
out my
rather crabs, because I wish you would have said crab legs or chicken, because fish is cool, but we'll do a crab leg and a lobster.
Well, see, no, but crab and lobster, that's fish. They consider they in
Okay,
the
yeah,
sea.
so
You
fish.
know, they in the sea. They in the sea. Shout out my brother BG Boppin here. Shout out my cousin Javanya Milton. All right, so Mo, cats or dogs?
Watch this. Here go my baby. This is my emotional support baby. Dogs. I'm allergic to cats, but when I recorded Broken Heart in my whole album, I held her the whole time. When I say she's kept me so calm, this is 7. She's kept me so
Seven.
calm. I never thought I would hold, carry, sleep with when I do my interviews. She's been here the whole time. She
Hey,
knows when I'm about to go live, and she lays here and just keeps me at peace. She's an emotional support animal. Honestly, I would advise everyone, if you can, get you one. It's just something about a peace that an animal can bring.
hey,
Emotional
hey,
support.
I hope don't put me around 7 because 7 and no, I'm the dog treat.
Whisperer.
I give them treats, and I whisper, but I give them treats.
You want
They
to know what's
know.
crazy? Is
Uh,
and I realized too is she we go to Starbucks every day, so she gets pup cups and she's a butter croissant, but she doesn't eat meat. So I try to hype it up and buy some filet mignon. She ain't eat it. She only eats vegetables and like protein, but she will not eat. She won't eat beef. She won't eat. She damn sure don't eat no pork. She'll eat like the fake like the chicken treats. But
yeah,
this my
that's a
baby.
good thing. There you go. All right, last one, and then I'm gonna play one of my favorite joints. Shout out my boy Jack 36 in here too. Edwin Jackson, one of the best baseball pitchers to ever do it. Played like I want to say damn near 18 years in the major leagues.
Uh-huh.
But a great brother. He in here. All right, so
Okay.
let's go with money or fame.
Peace of mind. Damn the money, damn the fame. Just I take a peace of mind because as long
Yeah.
as your mind is right, the money gonna come. Famous
Okay.
that fame will get to your head and it does something to you. Trust me, we've all been there where you think you so lit and it'll drive you crazy. But honestly, and because then when you have money, you have problems. It happens to everybody. But I'll take a
Yeah.
peace of mind over both.
Peace of
But
mind.
I do
I
like
love.
money.
I know money cool. We know that. Yeah, of course. But shout out.
Benjamin!
That's a great answer right there. Shout out Zab Judah jumped in, and Zab Judah said, "What's up, sis?" And Zab,
What up,
real quick
Super
too.
Judah?
Zab has for the good people in here too. He got some celebrity boxing coming up April
Uh-huh.
3rd. It's gonna be in Atlanta. So I hope everybody follows Zab Judah so they can see what's going on there too.
Ah.
Yeah.
Brooklyn in the
All right.
house.
Yeah. So all right, Mo, I want to say, how can the people follow you and find you, like on your social media on whatever platform?
All my social media handles are at the Lil Mo Show. TheLilMoshow. That's my Twitter, my Instagram, my Snapchat, my everything is the little Facebook. Everything is the Lil Mo Show. And yeah, you can hit me on there. get with me because it's up from here on out. Like I'm literally not stopping. We all go. I'm at a place in my life where I'm ready to just not run around the way I used to, but like I'm in a good space and I really want to get this good energy out there. Even though we got a social distance, it's one thing about mixing and mingling with people that with like minds that just want to win. I want to see everybody win. I love seeing everybody up. Like I just love seeing because we lost a lot of people. Let's on all seriousness due to this COVID. Not only if they may or may not have contracted coronavirus or COVID-19 because my mom had it. So I literally saw her come back to life. Like it's real out here. There's depression is at an all-time high, homelessness, unemployment. So for everybody that's just hanging on, just know that we're going to make it. Trust me, everything is going to be okay. There's a reason why we're still here, and I'm praying for anybody that may have lost anything during this whole pandemic. Nobody's ever been through a pandemic before. There are people who've been on house arrest. There are people who've been locked down. There's people who've been on punishment. But nobody has ever been through this before. So to honestly have the full capacity of your mind and the piece of your heart left that just makes you want to give, honestly, it's up from here on out. I'm a part of, be on the lookout too, Van Jones prison reform. Like I'm literally trying to help as much as I can, use my voice and my platform for the good. Like enough is enough for the foolishness. I done ran around and I had my fun. I'm not a baby no more, but I want to save these kids that they say are lost. So I want to pull some out the fire. If I got to go get them, I will. So I'm that person.
That's right. Thank you, Mo. We love that. I was gonna play my song real quick, Mo, but my cousin Javanya, she said something in here. She said, "Sing something live." You think you got something for us?
What's the song you was about to play?
I was gonna play. I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs, and we gonna end this. But do you have like a vote, something that to hit them with
Yeah, but
live?
I don't want to say what you was about to play. So let me just hear what your favorite is, and then maybe I can sing that.
I'm gonna play the joint. You know, this is one of my favorite songs, Superwoman. I ain't gonna lie to you. So.
Why do everybody like that song so much?
Cause you did that. You did that.
Thank you. I'm like, cause that song is not even something melodically I can sing. Like that's literally a vibe.
Nah, don't sing that one. I'm gonna play that. But
all right, so I can sing the intro to Forever, and then just
don't even give them too much, man. Don't give them too much, whatever it is. Give them a little team taste,
okay.
And you can follow you.
Baby, I'm at the point in my life when I'm tired of playing games. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to buy a house. And I'm ready to change my last name. I ain't having no more kids, but I'm ready for the life to live. And all I've has to give. I've been your superwoman. Now you can go into it.
I love it. Thank you, Lil Mo. We love you.
Hey!
I guess I ain't got no wheels on the baby round. I found a superwoman that can leap from the truck and a swing down. Mommy, I'm trying to bring you down. Some niggas without shades on can't say it when I bring you down. She put her lips on the wheel and coats to work a tongue. You make me come faster than a speed and butter. Her love stronger than a locomotive, but only for the F-A-B-O-L-O-U-S. Sing to me, man.